It's easy to be grateful when life is perfect, but what about when it's not? If your life is complicating and overwhelming, then you're not alone. I am there with you. But I want to talk about gratitude. I want to talk about, just how to be grateful even when you have many reasons not to. But you have reasons to be grateful. And I'm sure we can all think of things that make us feel grateful. I think I saw a statistic somewhere. Sorry. I think I saw a statistic somewhere where when you practice gratitude, it reduces cortisol levels by up to 23%. And, cortisol is the stress hormone, but it's hard sometimes. I'll admit it's hard to be grateful, and I try to be grateful. I fall short sometimes, too. And, I was thinking about it. If you've seen my other videos, you know that I'm graduating college next month, which, yay, go Bulls. This is their, the horns, because it's a bull. So anyway, but I graduate next month, and it's stressful because it's fortunately my classes aren't really that difficult, but still it's you get nervous, what if I fail, what if I mess up, I don't know, just whatever. Now that I'm close to the end, you start to get anxious about things sabotaging your success. So there's that. And last week, I lost my phone. I'm going to sit down for a second. Is that okay with you if I sit down? Yeah, I lost my phone last week, and I had to claim a new phone on my insurance and pay a close to $300 deductible, which that hurt, especially since, I don't want to sit down. I changed my mind. Since so I have that. I had a deductible, and that hurt. And then my AC went out a few weeks ago, and I bought an air compressor. Listen to this. I bought an air compressor for my car, right? The mechanic installed it, and it worked for a week, and then it failed. And then I tried to return it, and I got it on eBay. So the seller's oh, well, it'll cost too much to send it back. Can we just give you a refund of $10? Mind you, I spent $140 on the air compressor. So I didn't even respond to the $10. I probably should have taken it, but I was just so mad. I was whatever, $10, Anyway. So yeah, and then I got a new air compressor. And then fortunately, since then, it works. But I spent almost $600-$700 only because I went to a mechanic that I know. It would have been much more if I took it to the shop, but still it's that plus my phone, and then I had a $300 balance, $350 on my school account balance, because if I don't pay that, then I don't graduate. I graduate, but I don't get my diploma, which what's the point if I can't get that piece of paper? You know what I mean? So it's just been one thing after another. And my sales have slowed with my job. It's just so it's hard. It's so hard because I'm trying to be grateful, but it just feels like one thing after another, after another, after another. And I was thinking today, I was you know what? But I do have things that I'm grateful for. I am grateful for my animals. I have 2 bunnies. I have 2 green cheek parrots. I have a cat. And fish. And I love my animals to pieces. They are my world. And, I have a loving boyfriend. And, we don't live rich. We're not rich at all. But, we have a little apartment. And yes, we have a 1-bedroom apartment for all these animals. And for both of us. But we make do. We live very humbly. But it could be worse. And yes, my car has given me problems, but at least I have a car. I'm just trying to see the positive in it. And I understand if there's some of you who are probably thinking, oh, well, I don't even have a car. I don't even have a place. Like, and it's interesting because it's all about perspective, right? I mean, something that you have that you take for granted, somebody else might want. Like, somebody might be looking at me and being like, oh, well, I want a car. I want an apartment. And then I'm looking at someone else thinking, I want a new car. I want a house, you know? And it's like, when are we satisfied? When are we satisfied? And I think that if your basic needs are met, like you have food, you can sleep somewhere, even if it's not your house, even if it's your mom's house, even if it's a family member's or your roommate, you have roommates or whatever, anyway, but you can sleep, you're not sleeping on the street, right? You have a smartphone, you can, you have good health, or at least you have decent health. You're alive, let's just put it that way, you're alive. Like, I feel that we can all relish on something that we're grateful for. And many of our hardships are temporary. So I think it begs the question, and this is what I was thinking today, when is it going to be enough for me to be happy? When am I going to be able to feel like, okay, yeah, I got what I want. Now I will allow myself to be happy, because it's a choice. I mean, it's also like automatic too. I mean, like, if you're disappointed, you're disappointed. You're not choosing to be disappointed. But it's a choice what you do after. Like, do you stay disappointed, or do you try to look at the positive? And that's the space, if I'm being transparent, where I'm at right now. I'm trying to like think positive. I'm trying to think, okay, I do have some blessings. You know, I'm grateful that I'm graduating school next month. Even though I'm turning 43, but I'm still graduating. Like, you know, my goal is to get my master's before I'm 50, which I think I'm on track to getting much sooner, probably like 45, 46. But I'm grateful for that. Like, I worked really hard to get to this point, you know, and turn my life around as I did, you know, someone in recovery. You know, and my anxiety issues and depression when I was younger and stuff, and I still managed to pull myself out of that. I'm grateful for that. I'm trying to see the positive, because I think it's so easy to get discouraged, right? It's so easy to feel we can have a laundry list of things that we're not happy about. But what about the list of things that we are? And sometimes we take it for granted until it's not there, and then we appreciate it when it's not there. But we don't appreciate it when it's here. So I'm trying to appreciate it when it's here, my blessings. And I think I should write a list of things that I'm grateful, like, really, like, I know it sounds like, you know, just a little tacky or cliche, but I think it's yeah, I think I should write down a list of things that I'm grateful for. You know, I'm grateful to be able to do this video, which is something that I wanted to do. I might have shared this, but like, I got this camera 4 years ago, okay? And I have not used it. Like, it stood in my closet for 4 years because I was too scared to pick it up and shoot. I was like worried about, you know, I don't know. I was afraid, but also too, I just feel that I didn't have the motivation, and I didn't have time because I was going to school full time. I was working and stuff. So, but I'm grateful to start. And I'm grateful to be alive. I am, you know, knock on wood. Okay, that's something to definitely knock on wood for. Anyway, but yeah, regardless of the fact, like, I've lived a good life so far, and I am just grateful to be here. What are you grateful for? Like, I know that a lot of us are overwhelmed right now, especially with, you know, the economy and just the state of the world, and just feels like things pile up and pile up. But I'm chugging along, you know, barely making it, but I'm making it. You know, I mean, I could be worse. I could be much worse, and you could be much worse too. So, what are you grateful for? So this is just a short video. Well, it's like 10 minutes long. Never mind. I can't believe it's already been 10 minutes. Me blabbering away. But what do you think? What are you grateful for? And I will see you in the next one.